Hey guys, Shishi here with another review. This time I'll be reading the Sentai Hero Series 01 through 09 from Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. These are the standard soft vinyl figures that we get for every Sentai series, and these are for the newest Sentai, which has a lot of firsts to it. And the first one of those is something you'll notice immediately, which is this is the first Super Sentai whose core team has more than 5 members. Specifically, this team has 9 members, each of whom is based on a different constellation, as the whole team is generally space-themed. So, let's get started. First up, we have Shishi Red, who's based on Leo the Lion. So, with Shishi Red, we can get a basic idea of the general suit design for the Kyurangers. As you can see, each one has a visor that is colored in dark metallic blue to give off the vibe of looking like outer space with a bunch of stars in it. And for Shishi Red's helmet, you can see a line design up on the top. For the chest piece, it's this kind of armored chest plate with a star of their color, and then their symbol in the center. So here you can see his line symbol right there. He's got these ridged shoulder pads, as well as black and silver for the chest armor. There's some lines that go down the suit. Each one also has a special belt with their belt buckle. On each of their left wrists is their changer, the Seiza Blaster. There are also more bands going down the sides of their legs. And then the boots, as well as a little bit of detail for where their elbows and knees bend. For the Sentai Hero Series figures, the articulation is very simple and very limited, just having rotation at the arms and the waist swivel. And these are also very soft figures that are generally hollow, but they get the job done when it comes to the details. Next is Sasori Orange, who's based on Scorpio the Scorpion. Now for him, he's not necessarily a first in terms of Ranger teams, but he is something that hasn't happened in a long time, being that he's the first Orange Ranger to be part of a main Sentai team since Bell Fever J's Bell Cossack. So for his helmet, you can see that the visor is designed in the shape of a scorpion, with the pincers here and then the tail up around here. You can see his scorpion chest symbol right there. And for the most part, his suit is the same as that of Shishi Red, but if we look in the back, we can see his special details, which are that the back of the suit, and back of the chest armor, has a little bit of scaling that goes down to this scorpion tail that runs across the back of his leg, just like so. And his articulation is the same as Shishi Red. Next is Ookami Blue, who's based on Lupus the Wolf. So for his helmet, you can see it's got a wolf design, with some ears up here, a wolf head that's formed along here, some details off to the side, and you also see that his mouth plate has some fangs. And you get to his suit, where the main detail of note is that it has a bunch of fur all over it. You got this silver fur collar up here, and then his arms and legs are all covered in this fur-like pattern. You've got his wolf symbol here on the chest, have some faux claws on his feet, and though they are curled up into fists, on his nails are actually some wolf claws as well. And once again, same articulation as Shishi Red. Next is Tenbin Gold, who's based on Libra the Scales. So for him, he's the first Gold Ranger to be part of a core Sentai team, rather than being an extra Ranger added on later. So for him, you can see his helmet, which has this scales design on it for the visor, as well as more of a mechanical mouth plate. And for his suit, you can see that it's in general more armored and mechanical looking compared to the others. with a lot of armor padding all over, as well as this kind of ribbed under armor design. You can see his scale symbol here on the chest, and he has the same articulation, though his joints work a little bit differently, in that these ridges on the shoulder pads are actually connected to the shoulder rather than being connected to the torso. Next is Oushi Black, who's based on Taurus the bull. So for him, you can see that his helmet has a bull design with the horns jutting out, and then even the snout going down here and covering the mouthpiece a little bit. For his suit, it's also somewhat mechanical looking, like with Tenbin Gold's suit, but it's also a lot more bulky and thick compared to the other Rangers. And there are some subtle differences in the designs of the armor itself. You can see his bull symbol right here on the chest. And you might be wondering why I have his arms back like this. Well, that's because there's a little bit of a flaw in the molding, which is that he's permanently leaning forward. So if I have his arms down as sides, well, he's not doing it right now, he does have a tendency to fall over. So I just typically have his arms back like this to help counterbalance his weight. Next is Hebitsukai Silver, who's based on Ophiuchus, the Serpent Bearer. And just like with Tenbin Gold, he's the first Silver Ranger to be part of a core Sentai team. So for him, you can see his visor, which has a cobra design going up to the top. And for his suit, it has a snake-like scaling design on the arms and the sides of the suit. You can see the cobra symbol here on the chest. Then once again, he has the same articulation as most of the others. Next is Chameleon Green, who's based on Chameleon, the chameleon. She's another first, being the first female Green Ranger in a Super Sentai TV series, since technically the title of first female Green Ranger went to Mido Ninja from the Nin Ninja special. But you can see her helmet, which is where her unique detail is, having these two chameleon eyes that stick out from the sides. You can see that the whole design of the helmet and visor forms the head and mouth of a chameleon with the tongue inside here. You can see her chameleon symbol here on the chest. And of course, being a female ranger, she has a skirt, and her legs are a little bit closer together. But again, she shares the same articulation. Next is Washi Pink, who's based on Aquila the eagle. So, for her, you can see that her helmet has this very nice looking eagle design on it. And then coming down to her suit, you can see her unique detail, which is that she has these eagle wings that stick out her back. And they're pretty well done, as you can even see molded in feathers on both sides. You've got her eagle symbol here on the chest. Again, similar by type and design as with Chameleon Green. And the same articulation as the rest of them. And last but not least is Kajiki Yellow, who's based on Dorado the swordfish. So for him, you can see his helmet here, which is designed like a swordfish. And you can see his unique detail, which is that for the helmet, the nose of the swordfish actually juts out. Although in this case it's actually shortened a bit for safety reasons, as normally it goes out quite a bit further to about here. But besides that, you can see his swordfish symbol here on the chest. And he has a pretty standard design that matches up with most of the other male rangers. With, of course, the same articulation. And there we go. Overall, these are some nice final figures, and each one does help to bring out the details that make each of the Kyurangers unique. I definitely do like their suit designs quite a lot, and it is cool how each one stands out from the rest in their own way, as well as having some unique additions to the team that make it stand out from other Sentai teams. Now, one thing to consider is that each of these runs standardly for about 900 yen a piece, which is around $7 to $8. So if you buy all 9 of them, it's going to run you pretty high. So all things considered, I would say that for this, if you really can't afford to buy all of them, then it's best to just kind of pick and choose your favorite Rangers from the bunch. And considering that Time Machine Nations doesn't really make SH figures of Super Sentai anymore, it's unlikely that we're going to get figure arts for the Kyurangers. So if you want some nice, good-looking figures for the Kyurangers, even if they don't have the best articulation, these are definitely what I'd recommend picking up. Next time, I'll be reviewing the Gashot Gear Duel. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and or comment, and subscribe to keep up with my latest videos. And for now, this is Kero50, writing off.